Hello, this is Goku4071 here with my second series review, Metroid. And unlike Zelda, this will be chronological. And I've not beaten every Metroid game. I've beaten most of them. Metroid 1, I'll be referring to Zero Mission as Metroid 1. But the games I've not beaten, but I have played, I will still give my ideas on how I like the game so far and what do I think of it as thus. But it's not a review; it's just what I think. And then for the games I've never played, I'm going to give kind of like a thoughts on what I think about the game. But I'm going to start out Metroid: The Other M. First thoughts. This is where I tell you what I think of Metroid: The Other M and my first initial thoughts of the game. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Metroid: The Other M. Well, this will have minor spoilers here and there. Nothing major. I will be talking about the game, so if you don't want to know anything about how the game plays or anything like that, I'll turn this off right now. I mean right now. No. Turn it off. Okay, now let's begin. First I'm going to go into, this game seems like it is a direct sequel of Super Metroid, and I like that. I was not the hugest fan of Metroid Fusion. It's a good game, but this being a sequel, a direct sequel off the best Metroid game ever made, is very good, and it gives me hope that they're really trying to really get the people who kind of lost faith in Metroid when it went to first-person action-adventure, and trying to get those people back into the game. Because the scene at the very end of Super Metroid where Samus is defeating Mother Brain, that gigantic dinosaur-looking Mother Brain, and he gets that power, it's actually going to be, the cinematic is going to be in this. I don't know if you actually play it, or if you just see it. But that is in this game as something. I'm not sure what it is, but it's there. But the most notable part about this game is, first of all, is the last games, Metroid Prime, I enjoy. I think that they did pretty good going 2D to 3D. And I do have a video about 2D to 3D, and I do talk more about Metroid Prime, how I think it really went good. But this time, I think they're attempting to do a much more mature game, and so they get Team Ninja, and I think this is a great fit. Team Ninja knows how to build great third-person action games, and this seems really good. You will be able to shoot, but you also can jump up on top of enemies and smash them in. And talking about the combat, I found out how the combat works. Like, you see first person, then you see third person, you're wondering what it's like. Well, the combat's actually pretty cool, in that what you do is you walk around the environment in third person, and you look around, and you do your jumping puzzles and all that, and then when you're stuck and you can't figure out something, or you just want to have a closer look, you can turn to first person. You can actually look around the room in first person, and you can also shoot. And in boss battles, they kind of explained the interview I watched, where you're actually going to be able to, in boss battles, you're not going to be able to take your time. You're actually going to have to go to the first person to get like a certain area of the boss and all that. That's pretty cool, and it seems like you can beat the game quite literally in third person. And so people who hated Metroid being in first person, finally you get your third person game back. But the most notable thing that they're really doing in this game, that I really love, is the fact that this is a very cinematic game. This has a story. Samus will actually be talking, and you're actually going to get this entire, I think you're going to get the backstory. I'm not sure. They haven't actually revealed if you're actually going to find out what happened to Samus, which there's a comic. I don't know if it's canon, but actually I read part of it, and I liked it. But you're actually going to get the backstory, and I like that idea that you're actually going to get more of the backstory of Samus. And you're actually going to get to know more about the character. The game looks incredible. It isn't the most... It looks graphically good, but it is really going back to those 2D side scroller. It is 3D. It is 3D definitely, but it's 3D in a way that it's very reminiscent of Super Metroid. And Super Metroid was the best Metroid game. And I'm actually hoping that after this game is released, I can finally say that Super Metroid is not the best Metroid game. I love the game, but I want there to be a Metroid game better than Super Metroid, because I love it when they best themselves in games. When they have a great game and they come out with a better one. Because the game is not been released yet, it's still got a while to go. I mean, it's not even in Japan yet. We don't know much about the story, but there are little things here you can kind of find. You know that there's going to be a cinematic where Samus is a recruit, and so we're going to get to see her early years in the Federation, and we're going to probably find out how she became this world-class bounty hunter, because she didn't start out world-class. You don't start out being the best. You have to earn that. And then there's that woman in the lab coat. Nobody knows who that is. Some people suggested it might be a clone, but that's also very interesting. And I want to know how the Metroids are in this. I want to know what they're going to do to install Metroids, and where the main area is. Are you going to be traveling through space? Because those are my main immediate questions, and I really want to know what they are. But yeah, this game looks great. I'm really psyched for it. I don't quite own a Wii yet, but it's coming out, I believe, in July. The release date is, they have confirmed that it's going to be this year, July-ish. I don't know if they have actually given an actual date, but I don't know what else to talk about this, because there's not a lot of information. We know Ridley is in the game. We know you're going to be able to do awesome things, but this was just like a first thoughts and just a quick video about what I think. This is Goku4071. If you have a comment, a suggestion of a video that you want me to do, or if you just want to do a video response about what you think, and if I said anything that is incorrect, please leave me a comment saying what it is. I'll definitely double check it, and I'll leave a little comment if it's true. But other than that, there's really not much more I can say. So until next time, this is Goku4071, and stay tuned for Metroid Zero Mission. I will not be I will be talking about the first Metroid game, and I will be talking about the differences I remember, because I haven't played. I'm not going back to replay these games. I am just doing how I remember, because I do know these games fairly well.